Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Ball podcast. Here we are, episode 7. I'm here with Jim and Jamie, as always. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
And it's been a bit of a wild week in the world of football. The Euros. There's also the Copa America. Don't think many people care about
No one
that,
cares
but
about that.
yeah, we
Haven't watched any of it.
Nope.
Yeah, it's been a pretty entertaining week of football so far, guys. What do we think? You've enjoyed
It's been
the
fun.
Euros?
There's been a lot of good games.
Yeah.
And a lot, I've enjoyed it, to be fair. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, good start, I think.
yeah. I mean, there's been
No shocks, really.
there
but-
hasn't really so far. The actual quality of the games. We've only seen a few at the moment between the good teams per se. Like we had yesterday, which was a show of quite high quality performance from both, but obviously
It was enjoyable.
when two giants collide, it's never normally the funnest game. It's always like a 1-0 or something. But we'll start the France-Germany game. Happened yesterday, get out of the way. I thought it was an all right game. I can't really remember much apart from the offside goals. Like, what else happened? Not really sure. But I think Germany were good they played well kind of defensively and in the midfield, being able to break those lines. But final third, they looked woeful. It was just nothing.
Yeah.
It was literally
That was it. It
a
was
bunch of nothing.
They kept possession really well, and then as soon as they had to do anything in the final third, they didn't have any bodies there either. It was just everyone was coming short. There was nothing. So it was pretty tame. But I thought they were arguably the better team. I wasn't that impressed with France. It was sort of just they went 1-0 up and then they just hit Mbappe every time.
Yeah.
But France have an unbelievable team in terms of players. So many good players. But I thought they didn't play that great football, France. They just got a lot of good players.
It's only
I don't think they need to get out of second gear at all.
No.
They got that goal and they trusted how good they were defensively, because I thought they were really good defensively.
They just soaked up all the pressure.
I think they just and obviously we saw with that offside goal, I know it was offside, but that's what they wanted, that whole second half. Yeah. They were just waiting for a moment like that.
Mbappe was so fucking quick. Both those
he's
times.
Unreal.
And then the one where Hummels made that tackle, which questionably could have been a penalty. Some people think it is, some people think it wasn't. All three of those times, his goal, unbelievable. The assist for Benzema, unbelievable. He's so fucking rapid. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was genuinely like, what the fuck? This guy is... He's a bit of a joke. But I think you can see now from that game why why Deschamps decided to choose two quite defensive left backs in Digne and Lucas Hernandez instead of bringing along Theo Hernandez or Ferland Mendy, all these good attacking left backs, because I think it does show what France is. If that's a sign of anything, it seems to me like they're going to just try and go grab an early goal and just sit back for these games and try and hit people on the counter. Because especially when you're Pogba being able to spray a ball out to Mbappe, that is a deadly counter-attack that I don't think anyone really wants to face. If you go 1-0 down, you might most likely have lost to that France team, I think.
Didn't. In the World Cup, they didn't play sensational football. The Argentina game was good fun, but it was it was just soaking up pressure, being solid defensively, and then hitting Mbappe and being very good on the counter-attack.
It's very good. I think Germany up front, I feel weird saying it, but I feel like they were kind of missing Timo Werner in the sense that...
I agree, yeah.
Like, Gnabry's all right, but he's had quite a poor season from what I've been told, and I don't think he's quite got that kind of spatial awareness as Werner, which is really good of being able to draw a player out. Who?
Yesterday.
Gnabry. No, what they do is they do like Chelsea's system.
Yeah.
And they have Havertz and Muller as like those free wingers like Chelsea do with Mount and whatever. But I think the issue is with having Havertz and Muller is they're both too similar sort of players, and they take up these same spaces on the right or on the left, and it's just there's no one in the middle. And you can't have a game where, especially against France, they've got a midfield of Pogba, Rabiot, and Kante, of course it's going to overrun Kroos and Gundogan. Kroos is although like a fantastic player, he's not exactly the most mobile, is he? And same with Gundogan, he gets about, but he's not like some physical beast that can control the middle of the park by himself. They were bound to get overrun. That's exactly kind of what happened in areas where they didn't really get a chance then to get it up to the strikers. But I just think at Germany team, it just who was playing left wing back? Gosens.
He was average.
Yeah, I don't know how good Kimmich is as a right wing back. Sorry, like he's fantastic. Kimmich is amazing, but
if they can sort out their final third play, I still think they're a good team. They reminded me of Chelsea in a way. I feel like if they went 1-0 up, they would have just been able to keep the ball, and if they saw an opportunity, take it.
I think they chose quite a slow team though, because at some points of that game, it was kind of end to end, and you got to think if your front three is instead of Havertz, Müller, and Gnabry, if instead it's Sane, Werner, and Gnabry, and it's just speed, they'll be able to hit teams on the counter more effectively. It's too much to feat with those players, Havertz and Müller, and there's no runners because Kimmich ain't going to run in behind, is he? That's not what he does. I don't know about that Gosens guy. I've never really watched him, but I think
they're worried. I think it was more playing players like Havertz and playing players like Müller is probably in hope that they know that France are going to sit back and try and counter. So they don't want to almost cancel each other out and play Sane, who's not the best at keeping the ball. He didn't do great when he came on. Werner, who at times can't even kick a football. So I think that maybe was their thought process going into that.
I do still think, though, I don't know why Sano is playing on the right. I think he's a lot better on the left. From what we used to see back in like 2018, that season on the left wing for Man City was unbelievable.
He had so much promise. I remember I thought he was going to be the next big thing. He looked incredible when he was like so young. He's 25 now and he hasn't done anything since he's gone to Bayern really. And his last season at City was poor as well. It's a bit disappointing career so
Injuries seem to have killed him. It seems like he ain't got that quick turn in him anymore. But I think do we still have France and Germany down as favourites? Surely they still are. I mean, all it takes is it's for Germany's sake. They beat Hungary and then they get a draw against Portugal this week. They're through. Do you know what I mean? They're like guaranteed through. Like 4 points pretty much is enough to get you through the tournament. But however, if Germany do lose to Portugal, they might not get out of the group. So, and our prediction would have been horribly, horribly wrong. We put Germany top of the group.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, on Portugal, on the hand of Portugal, did any of you watch that game?
I did. Was Hungary or unlucky? To be honest, the first half, Portugal could have been 3-0 up. They missed a few good chances.
Yeah, Ronaldo.
But Hungary defended really well. Yeah. And second half, Hungary came out and they actually played some nice football.
I genuinely think Hungary didn't deserve to lose that game 3-0 at all. Like, obviously, they lost 3-0. It was a 1-0 at most. But it was like...
Especially the second half.
Yeah, they scored as well. Oh, my God, they scored. Then I couldn't believe what I was watching, man. It would have been unbelievable. Especially if Hungary had won and then finished second in their group and then England play Hungary. It would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It felt like it was going to be a 0-0 as well. Like,
they
Portugal weren't really doing it, and then
in
you
the
scored
last
a
5 minutes. Yeah. All in the last 5 minutes. I mean, Ronaldo as well missed some really easy chances in the first half. Made up for it in the second, though. 2 goals.
Yeah, that last goal was beautiful.
Oh, my God, it was unbelievable. I think you could see, though, Portugal, when they subbed on players like Renato Sanchez and... Who else is that? Rafa Silva guy actually changed the game for them as well. Won them a penalty. It's, players like Jota seem to have quite a poor game yesterday. And their midfield was way too conservative. You can't have William Carvalho and Danilo Pereira. You're not, especially against Hungary. It's a team you should be popping. You're playing
against Hungary. You can play a bit more of an advanced
You're playing 2 DMs. It's like Carvalho and Pereira are 2 similar players anyway. And from what I've been told, because one of my friends watches PSG every single week, he fucking hates Pereira. He thinks he's shit, that Danilo guy. So it was always bound to happen. I mean, it seems like, though, the group of death has got off to some sort of interesting start.
Yeah. Those head-to-heads will be interesting. Portugal will play both France and Germany. It'll be interesting to see how they do.
Oh yeah, they need
It
to
was
play them
vital they
both,
got
don't
that win though as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
All they're
yeah.
thinking is
And
just
got
get a point
and
in
scored
one of these
3
games.
as well.
Yeah, got the goal difference as well. They're thinking just get a point in one of these games and they'll be sorted. But I think that's enough on the old group of death. Move over to the game that really matters. England-Croatia. How's everyone feeling about that? What game?
It was wonderful. It really was.
Very happy.
It was a solid performance as well. I thought we, without really look, at first 20 minutes, we looked really good, and we were thinking we could win 2 or 3-0 here. And then Croatia got a bit of the ball and they looked good. And then it was quite an even game. And the second half just sort of flew by without any chances for both sides, really. We got the goal, but it wasn't a brilliant game. Even when Croatia was sort of putting pressure on, you never really felt like we were going to concede. It was a very good performance. I was very happy.
I think it is similar to what I said earlier, though, is when two good teams come against each other. Because before France and Germany played, realistically speaking, England-Croatia was the highest quality game of the tournament so far, like the two closest match teams. And so you can't really expect a thriller. You're going to have you're going to have a tight one, but I'm fucking glad we won. Put in a really good start now. So just beat Scotland, hopefully. If the Czech Republic win as well, then we'll both be through already, and we won't have our game against the Czech Republic. Will just be like a little friendly, won't it? And then we can bottle it and come second, which is great. I was impressed. I was impressed by them though. Calvin Phillips, I thought, was absolutely immense on the day.
Amazing.
I do think Sterling was actually all right. People saying his goal masked his performance. I thought Sterling was a lot more dangerous than Foden for his. I know Foden hit the post, but I thought he was a lot more dangerous. We did seem to focus our play down the left a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think first half there was no bad performers apart from Kyle Walker in the first half. I thought was pretty poor, but apart from that, he sorted himself out in the second half. And there was really not much to comment on. I mean, even Tyrone Mings had a good game.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
When do you ever say that? You don't. I would say though. Sorry,
it was our ability as well. It was our ability to like not always play out from the back and put the ball in behind. I think you need someone like Sterling for that because everyone was playing, play Grealish, play Foden, but this is the sort of team we were a bit worried that maybe we might have to go one way and like route one. And Sterling's the type of player for that. You know, he's not the tallest, I know, but he can run in behind. Someone like Grealish and Foden, they're not always going to do that. They're always going to come to feet. So, you know, I think Sterling played very well in that game.
I do think for the next game, though, against Scotland on Friday, I would like to see Grealish start in a sense where maybe instead of Foden and maybe put Sterling off on the right or something.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see who performs better out of the two, Foden and Grealish. Because if we can't have both, you got to kind of give both a go though to see how they are. I'd leave the midfield how it is. If Henderson's not fit still, I'd just keep Calvin Phillips. You can't drop Calvin Phillips.
You can't drop him now. Yeah, he's got to play anyway. I think I'd change the left back.
Yeah, that's it. I'd probably bring in Luke Shaw and maybe actually start Trippier right back.
Yeah, if Southgate wants to play him.
Scotland aren't the fastest team. And if we are going if we're kind of going to be attacking against Scotland for 90 minutes, hopefully we are, I feel like you'd want Trippier over Walker there to be able to put in those crosses into the box for sure. But if Maguire's fit, guys, or even like 80% fit, do you chuck him in for Tyrone Mings, or do you just give Mings another game?
I'm not sure he will be fit, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know. Considering Henderson's been back for a month and still I didn't get in the team, I feel like it's unlikely Maguire will be back for this one. But he's really good and he's much better than Mings. So if he is fit, I guess you put him in.
From what I've heard, he's aiming for the Czech Republic game.
Yeah, I think if there's any game, if say we do win against Scotland and we've guaranteed ourselves a place in the next round, I think that's the kind of one game you'd want to like ease him into because
I think it's a perfect
give him
game
90 minutes, see how he does, and then because is there a gap between the last group game and the round 16, or is it literally next week?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's probably just straight on like next week, I think. Surely.
I do trust Maguire. I feel like he's not exactly like a sprint back and save the day centre back, so he doesn't really need to be like 100% fit. He's more of just a head the ball away, pass it up, maybe there's a little run into the midfield. I was impressed by England, though. I thought it was a very professional performance as a way to describe it. There was maybe, apart from that one thing where Mings smashed the ball into their defender, onto their striker, and then it nearly flew into our own goal. I think it was a very just solid performance. Croatia didn't have a sniff, to be honest. We really, really just held them out.
It was a necessary win as well, just for like the mood of the tournament, because when you saw the team, you were thinking Trippier at left back, Phillips, no Grealish. Everyone would, if we lost, everyone would have gone mental at Southgate, and it's not a good way to start the tournament. And Croatia are a good team as well, even though they didn't look it against us. Yeah, and I mean, on the other side of the group, though, Scotland, Czech Republic, that was a funny game, wasn't it? Scotland all over them, yet still lost 2-0. It's classic, that. That was Scotland looked decent, to be fair. But, I mean,
Yeah. Well, you're not going to win anything when you have a QPR striker up front who doesn't even score goals. That was strange
with Che Adams on the bench.
Yeah,
and he missed sitters as well.
When your superstar is a Southampton striker, 17th place Southampton striker, you're not good. Let's not take the piss. It's like,
but I thought Robertson was good.
Yeah, I thought they were good in spells, like keeping the ball. I was actually quite impressed.
Yeah,
with them.
I thought they were better than I thought they'd be.
I thought that they wouldn't be able to get it on the ground and actually like play it around. I thought they'd be like route one, but they were pretty good. They created chances. It's just they had Sheik up front for Czech, and they were just better.
Performance from him. He was. Yeah. See that Lyndon Wykes guy. He had a few good chances as well. Some of them were like clear cut, like shots from within the 12-yard box. Like, probably should have scored. They should have got a goal. Let's hope. Tierney, I don't think's fit for Wednesday either. And so I do think those Scotland players, those centre backs are there to be bullied. I don't know a single one of them.
Liam Cooper's Leeds captain.
Liam Cooper.
Yeah, he was playing left centre. And Grant Hanley plays for Norwich.
Norwich, yeah.
Oh wow! Sorry, my bad, guys. I didn't know.
I didn't know the right
superstars. I didn't
pretty much as good as our two centre backs.
Yeah,
listen, man. If we've got to pipe them. If we don't, I'm going to be very, very angry. Their team is literally full of like fucking championship and bottom of the Premier League table players. It's
midfield's not bad.
Yeah, their midfield is McTominay, McGinn, and Armstrong. That's a decent midfield.
It's a decent midfield.
you say that again, but without lying.
But we have Phillips and Rice. It's not like we have world-class Champions League players. They're also Premier League quality players.
Yeah, but listen, man. When you've got
we
Harry
should win,
Kane,
but I don't think we'll smash them. I also don't think we're the sort of team to smash them the way we play. It's sort of, it will be 1-0.
The way it works with England, Scotland, we either lose by a tiny margin or we absolutely smash them. That's how it works, how it's always worked. What's going to happen? Yeah, but...
Will Calvert-Lewin play up front instead of Harry Kane?
Oh, yeah.
We'll
just drop the best striker in the world because he didn't score a goal. That's
Is he the problem? That's my question.
Yeah, that's...
you've got a question.
I cannot believe that. I cannot believe
I can.
He wrote that with a straight face.
Greedy, and I don't like him.
Shocking.
He's greedy. So he didn't even fucking touch the ball. That was a joke.
It is a really weird thing to write. I don't know.
He's literally the country's captain, and you're asking if he's the problem.
Maybe I didn't read the article. Maybe it was a bit more about how is he the perfect. I don't know. But what could it be?
They're probably just going to say it's because he doesn't run in behind or something stupid like that. He comes too short. I did think though of Harry Kane in that Croatia game.
He played Rashford up front.
Yeah,
number 9.
I do think Kane came a bit too deep sometimes. There was times where he probably could have and should have got in the box, but he wasn't there because he had dropped in. But that's what you get with Kane, and he'll
have more chances.
Yeah,
against Scotland.
Yeah, I mean, Croatia is going to be a tight game. It's going to be literally fine margins who can take the chances when they get them. But listen, let's give a score prediction for Friday. England, Scotland.
I'd say 2-0. I don't think we're going to smash them.
I was thinking 2-0, but I'm now going to change it to 0-0.
3-0 England. We're winning 3-0. We're winning 3-0. Kane twice, Sterling once. We're on fire. It's like
Harry Kane to miss a penalty.
we're bringing back 2014 Sterling. That's what's happening. Liverpool Sterling. He's coming back. I mean, yeah, England are going to win the whole thing, so we might as well move on to another contender people have been quite impressed by. Italy, their group. Italy, they're very good against Turkey, I thought. From what I've seen so far, that's 100% the best performance of the tournament from anyone. They literally dominated from 0 to 90, and it was
Turkey were woeful, I've got to say. People were saying they were like the dark horses.
Dark horses, my arse.
They didn't keep the ball at all. They just lumped it long every time they go there. They were really, really, really poor. But Italy were good as well, yeah.
That midfield, what a performance from all of them. Jorginho, Barella, Locatelli, they literally were just unplayable. Couldn't get near them.
Still think
Insigne,
maybe
I thought was really good.
I'd be interested to see them against someone like France or Germany or England. I don't know. Maybe they'd struggle. I don't know.
I think it's what I was impressed by was that pattern of play in the passing. It was literally like so easy for them, and it was so fluid. It was just like 1-2 touch, and they could get it from one end to the other so quickly, and it was fantastic to watch.
Yeah, that was almost a performance. That Italy performance was the performance I was expecting Croatia to put in against us. And because when I was watching Italy pass it around their midfielders, I was thinking, if Croatia do the same thing to England, I can't see us getting a sniff here. But yeah, obviously they didn't. But I was impressed with Italy, especially down that left-hand side. I thought Insigne coming inside, which we saw on the third goal and the second goal as well. And Spinazzola was just amazing. I just thought he was so good. Just like hugging that touchline. And he was just, every time he got the ball, he created. And then Immobile was pretty decent as well. Got his goal, which is always important, just to get off the mark for them.
And we didn't even see Chiesa, who's meant to be very good as well.
Exactly. He came on and he didn't touch the ball. And I was watching just like give Chiesa the ball, and they just wouldn't give him the ball. And I just wanted to see him get on it. Bernardeschi, on the other hand, not too good from him. But yeah, I do think Turkey were very, very poor. And I think the hype has been a bit too much for them. And who have they got next? They've got Wales.
Oh, yeah, Wales today.
I don't know what to expect. I'm still quite surprised Wales came out of a draw against Switzerland. Switzerland had the chances, and Wales somehow nicked a point out of that. If they get out of the group,
not a bad result.
If they beat Turkey, they're out of the group. If Wales beat Turkey, they're out of the group. That's the thing. I did think Switzerland were okay. That Mbolo guy played really well, I thought.
Oh yeah, he was class.
He was turning his running. He was good. But, feel like missed opportunities for Switzerland in that game. Wales kind of smash and grab that draw.
Yeah, it didn't feel like they were going to score, and then suddenly from a set piece, it went in. There was no momentum building or anything. It just happened.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we still who do we think is going to get out of that group? Because I mean, if Turkey do beat Wales, it all comes down to that Switzerland game, innit? And then if Switzerland win that game,
I fancy Wales to beat Turkey now.
Do you?
Honestly, do. I think Wales will beat Turkey. Yeah, I fancy him to do it.
I have no idea.
Bale is going to have his say. Bale will have his say. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the goal for Bale to get it. He had a couple of free kicks, so I was just thinking, if he can just pull through for them, then because they've got individuals. They've got Ramsey, who's hasn't had the best season for injuries, but they've still got good players. And defensively, they were pretty decent, and that was a good Switzerland side. I thought they played really well. So
as Alex said, Switzerland are going to win the whole thing. So I wouldn't. Yeah, I literally that group is so wide open because if Turkey win today, not today, whenever they play Wales, if Turkey win
today,
it's today.
Not. Oh shit, it is, isn't it? Yeah, if Turkey win today,
oh wow,
that can literally mean anything. Because then if Switzerland lose today, they'll still want to win next week to try and get those 4 points, or Wales might win next week against Italy to try and get those 4 points. The group is wide open. I'm quite excited to see how that one turns out because it could genuinely be anything. But I think apart from that, that's all that's really said about it. Is that Group A? That is, isn't it? Who's Group
Yeah.
B? The Belgium one. You know, obviously happened to Ericsson. Thank God he's all right.
Yeah, that was terrible, man.
It was a bit much. Couldn't believe what I was watching, to be honest. But
yeah,
he's okay now. Probably will
Thank
never
God.
play football again, unfortunately. But something's more important than football. So yeah, from the Ball podcast, Ericsson, thank you for not dying. Well done.
Yeah,
Yes.
well done you. I'm sure he'll be
Stay
delighted.
strong. Yeah. But Finland taking the win. Who would have seen that coming? Oh my God.
It was unfair, though. It's not a
they
fair
shouldn't have played
representation
the
of
game.
Denmark, to be fair.
They shouldn't have played the game. But got a question, Højbjerg there. Why is he missing a penalty?
Why is he taking as well? He's not
That's also
a penalty taker. Like, I don't know why. Surely if you're like, was Braithwaite still on the pitch?
Yeah.
Like,
all their strikers are still on the pitch. Like,
surely just like take the ball off him and be like, no, I'm taking this. Because I presume that Ericsson probably would have taken it if he was on the pitch.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that was it. But yeah, strange decision and a pretty terrible penalty as well.
Schmeichel as well, some poor goalkeeping.
Yeah.
It's like, that's bad. The geezer started running off celebrating. Then he went, oh shit, and then just stopped and went like this. Yeah. And then he started, I saw he started getting like bottles and shit chucked at him as well.
Oh.
He couldn't handle it. But I, to be fair, if Finland get a result against Russia, they might be out the groups because they have Russia next. And Russia were bad against Belgium. Russia were bad. They were very, very bad. And if Finland somehow get a draw or a win 100% they're out. If they get a draw, it's who would have seen that coming? That's unbelievable. And Denmark now are in a very tricky spot because they don't even have time to like build momentum because they have Belgium next.
Belgium straight away, yeah.
So it's like they don't even have Russia to try and get 3 points.
We thought they were going to get to the semis. They could be out.
Yeah, I know.
They're going to need to get a point against that Belgium, which is going to be difficult.
They'll need a draw, or at least a draw. And then Russia, I feel like they've kind of might be the whooping boys of the group. Because to be fair, even before Ericsson did collapse everything, I was quite impressed by Finland. They were defending very well. Denmark were having kind of random shots, but none of them were actually good chances. And I thought Hradecky was playing quite well, their keeper. Commentators were weird, though. They were going, Hradecky's been really poor. They need to target him, even though he's keeping a clean sheet. I have no idea. But I think that group's wide open. From a revised look after the first match day, do you guys think who do you think's going to get out of the group then? Belgium and Finland, Russia, Denmark? Who knows?
It's another tough one.
I think if Finland can beat Russia, which is a possibility.
It's
more
today
than
actually. It's the 2:00 kickoff. They kick off in an hour and a half.
Yeah. So
so I actually will be watching that game.
I think
as well.
Belgium will obviously top the group.
I was going to say I watched Belgium. I thought they were very good. I was
really. Yeah, I didn't watch that one.
I was impressed by them. It was like they were playing against 15-year-olds. So Russia were that poor. But obviously Lukaku with the brace, Meunier with the goal. So we did say Belgium get to the final, and it looks like they actually are quite good this tournament. So keep an eye out for them. Now, I mean, what other groups have we got? We've done England's group, Belgium's group.
We've got the Austria, North Macedonia, Netherlands, Ukraine group.
Oh, yeah. The Ukraine-Netherlands game I thought was fantastic. It was a good game.
I didn't watch it.
I missed the whole second half, so I didn't get to see like any of the goals, but from what I saw, it was fantastic. I watched the first half, but yeah, Netherlands looks all right. I mean, conceding twice Ukraine are better than what people think. Austria, because they played North Macedonia first, once again now, if they pick up a draw against, I think they got Netherlands next or something, it puts them in a good spot. I'm happy for North Macedonia for scoring as well. I thought they weren't awful, but I do kind of expect, depending actually, I still expect Ukraine to get out of the group. If they beat North Macedonia and Austria, I expect them to get out of the group. So
yeah.
You guys got any thoughts on that group, or you not really watch any of those games?
I didn't watch either of the games.
I watched a bit of the Austria game. Great ball by Sabitzer, who's available for 15 million, which is mad.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
So, which is mental. Arnautovic came on. He changed the game, to be honest. He was really good. So, yeah. North Macedonia were okay, though. Like, it wasn't a 3-1 game because they got the 2 goals quite late. So, it wasn't. But
glad they scored.
Pretty decent performance from Austria.
Yeah. And I mean, the last group, probably the most boring one so far, the Sweden, Spain, Slovakia, and Poland group. Slovakia beating Poland. Don't know how that fares, just I don't really have. I'm not like a Polish football expert, so I don't really have much to say. I mean, Poland just looked bad.
I was only annoyed because I've got them in my family sweepstake, so that's the only reason why I cared about that game.
Yeah.
I watched the Spain game.
Spain were poor. 2 first up front.
Yeah. I thought they were unlucky. Like they were a bit like Germany, where they kept the ball nice in all the first 2/3, and then they got to the final third and nothing. Yeah.
It's just you can't win a tournament when Morata
had a big chance.
Yeah, you can't win a tournament with Morata up front. I did see one thing though. It seems everyone was quite impressed by Isaac, that guy, the Swedish striker, quite impressed by his performance. He did set up Berg on a plate, and then the guy just missed. It was
what a miss,
and it was an unbelievable piece of skill, like to get through as well. Get it up there. I think Sweden all right. I do still back them to beat Poland and Slovakia. I do think they'll, or maybe get a draw. I don't know. It is weird though. Like you've seen it now. It is a lot of these groups are wide open. Like, and you still
the
can't
next
really
game
tell.
is the crucial one.
Yeah, none of them have been.
You'll decide sort of things.
None, apart from like Belgium, who are hugely dominant, and you can tell we're going to absolutely wipe the floor with their group. And Italy are fantastic. It's like a lot of these groups, you could still see these games going anyway. I don't see Belgium losing to anyone. I don't really see Italy losing to anyone. But I'd say apart from that, any other game can go anyway. Like it looks, it does look like it's shaping up. So hopefully, it'll be a good tournament.
Yeah, that's what we want, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. So we want England to win the whole thing. Who have you guys got as your favourites after the first match week?
It's difficult to look past France at the moment, just because of their quality of their squad. I mean, just
that Mbappe pace. Oh my God. I'd be shitting myself if I was a defender.
Yeah, I really don't want to have to play them. But I'm not sure they're that good. I just think they've just got so many good players.
Yeah.
But you just wouldn't want to play them.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed by Italy. If it's literally based off the first week, I would say the favourites at the moment are probably France, Belgium, and Italy. From what I've seen, because Portugal, although they won 3-0, it wasn't really like a massively super dominant performance, if you know what I mean. It was kind of quite a poor performance. But I mean, what would you guys? What do you think? Have you been impressed by? Been not impressed?
England, I'd still put England in there. Beating Croatia is no easy game, and we look solid as well. So hopefully,
yeah. I mean, I was impressed with France, Belgium, and Italy, mainly just because they were so solid at the back. All of them have sort of like a system in place where, as I saw with Italy, they sort of like building with a back three, like coming out of the ball with a back three, and they had Spinazzola there. So you can tell, when you can just tell someone is really organised and like ready for a tournament. Yeah. And that's what I got from Belgium, France, and Italy, and England to a degree. So, them four I've definitely been most impressed by.
I mean, that Italy team...
And they've got goals as well.
Yeah, they've been organising since 2018, haven't they, that Italy team? And a nice, fresh, young squad. No more of that old guard, apart from the ones where it's important in defence. So I think it's shaping up to be a good tournament for them. Belgium as well. Especially because that's a Belgium without De Bruyne as well.
That's true.
Still haven't got him back. So I'd love to see how he slots into that team over Dendoncker probably. I don't even know how Dendoncker plays. Did he play for Wolves this season? I don't see him play a lot. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, pretty much it. The Euros match week 2 kicks off today. Has anyone got any final words?
Just quickly on the Tottenham manager, Jim. What are you thinking, Fonseca?
Yeah, we only have like 2 minutes, guys. So you've got to be quick. 2 minutes, Jim.
Okay.
Final words on Fonseca. I wasn't too happy about it, but I did a bit of research, and now with Paratici as the director of football, I think it's a good step. You know, I think it takes away the decisions from Levy, and you know he did well at his time at Shakhtar. He was a bit unlucky at Roma. You know, he was coming into a side in massive debt and was only having to work with those sort of players. So yeah, I think give him a chance, get behind him. That's all I can say, really.
Funny mask as well.
Not the most exciting, but yeah.
Mr. 6 subs in a game is coming to White Hart Lane. Be excited.
Yeah.
Let's hope he doesn't do it in the FA Cup and get you knocked out, or the Conference League.
Yeah, exactly. But
apart from that, the Euros is on. We're enjoying it. We hope you are. Let us know what you're thinking of the old European Championships in the comments. Who thinks going to win? Who's not going to get out their group that should get out their group? But I mean, apart from that, you know, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. And yeah, I think that's it. See you a lot later. Peace. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
We could see in the mirror.